What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, all about pressure washing and quote IQ. And in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about how to make more money in 2025 than you did in 2024. Join with a special guest, Mike. How's it going, man?
Thank you, Justin. Happy New Year to everybody.
Has it been a year, Mike, since we did one of these? It's been a year already. Can you believe it?
It's a new year and a new day and a new hope and a new horizon. All of the news.
Wow, that's inspiring, Mike.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to go over a bunch of stuff. We also have a bunch of new things to show you guys, and so that's going to be really exciting as well. So, yeah. First things first, we're going to give a shout out to Cesar Nunez. We appreciate you for hanging out, Cesar. So, Mike, let's talk a little bit about resolutions. Did you set any resolutions for this year?
I didn't at all. I didn't even think about it.
Chris actually asked me this question. I did a live with Chris, and I said, when every day you're kind of tweaking and becoming better, like every day is pretty much a resolution at that point. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, I would say that my entire life is a New Year's resolution. Like you screw up, you try to do better, you try to improve. You and I were talking the other day, and it's like, the question that I ask myself every single day is, what have I done? Or towards the, I guess it's the end of the day is, what have I done to better whatever it is that I'm involved with, right? So whether it's quote IQ, whether it's my pressure washing business, whether it's, whatever, like a perfect example, Justin, How to Wash 2, right? How to Wash 1 was phenomenal, right? It was good. What is that, 4 years old now? So instead of, like tweaking, we rebuilt that completely. So it is entirely brand new. We've included commercial washing as well. There's like, I don't even know how there's an entire SOP vault. But so it's little things like that we just can continue to improve upon every single day. So I don't make New Year's resolutions. And I don't even set goals. I've got goals for myself and for my businesses, but it's not based on the calendar, right? It's based on how we're doing, right? And when you reach those goals, guess what? New goals are set. New targets are we've got our target on new things. So so what was your answer? Do you have any? Did you make any?
Yeah. In the new year, I want to stop cursing so much. And
you need to.
I also want to pick up a new skill. So
nice. Like nunchucks?
Maybe. I'm thinking more of crocheting.
Well, crocheting is an admirable little skill, and it's something that's quite marketable, actually. It's a niche that is unexplored these days.
Oh, fuck, Mike. I didn't go live from my channel. I went live from my other channel. Let's see if I can add my channel in. For some reason.
See, you just cussed. That's not good, Justin.
Well, I'm breaking my resolutions already as it is. Okay, let me see if I can add my channel in.
Yeah. What channel was it? The podcast one?
Yeah. Now it says we're live on all four. So
well, let me look here. I'm gonna have a look-see and see.
Bear with me, guys. We got to take a gander at this, because if that worked, I got to tell you, we're gonna go live from Chris's channel too. So yeah, okay, you want to turn Chris's channel on too?
Yeah, turn Chris's on too.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We're gonna have a bunch of striping people in there.
Okay, yeah.
You guys don't know who.
Shout out to Peaches. Peaches said, "Did I get a new channel?" And that made me like wonder like what was going on. So I didn't go live from my channel first of all. I have another channel. It was a podcast channel that I used to have, and so that's what happened. But anyway, we're talking about the new year. We're gonna give a shout out to everybody who's with us. Cesar's with us. Rusty's with us. Payne's Pressure Washing says, "What's up, fellas? Happy New Yeet. Happy New Yeet to you too." Jason, big Peace guy over here. Of course, we got Peaches in the house. Okay, I'm back on the regular channel. Welcome back, Peaches. Thank you for the heads up. Big shouts out to Peaches. Thomas Smith, what's up, guys? 2025 is going to be the biggest year yet. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
A lot of good things.
I think the biggest thing that's kind of like overlooked is the momentum building. Whenever you've built so much momentum in previous years, then it's really hard to it's really easy to kind of keep that momentum going. It's people that start over from like day one and like, all right, I'm going to completely change my life right now. It's like, okay, if every day you're kind of evolving, then you don't have to have monster resolutions. At least, in my opinion. What do you think, Mike?
I agree. Yeah, and again, it's the constant tweaking. It's the evolution of who you are and what you do, right? It's I think more than anything, like Pete, and I can't remember what it is. My wife was telling me there's like New Year's resolutions, January 1st, and then like New Year's resolution breaking day, which is like the 11th or something. Like people only give it a go for a very small amount of time. And, that's why I think, it's a new year, new me, right? Like that's awesome. And I admire and appreciate people that, can stick to it. But that's the key. It's the being, resolute in your dedication to whatever it is that you're trying to aspire to.
Right. So I did pick up, I don't know. I started, my cousin was doing Duolingo again. I had like a year streak on Duolingo, Mike, and then the lessons got so hard they were like hurting my brain. And I was like, this went from something fun that I was trying to do to now it's like an annoyance. But he got on Duolingo, so I got it back up and going. So I'm like on day 14 or something. So
yeah. Pull up Justin Brewer real quick, because this is something that I do want to address. We had a update to our database on December 18th. And with that database update, every user had to log out of their app and log back into their app. On December 18th, we sent a notification both through the notifications on your phone. So if you open up your app, there's a little bell icon at the very top right. Click on that and you'll see probably 3 or 4 notifications saying we had an update, log out, log back in. We also sent them on Apple and Android devices to like your home screen if you've got notifications turned on for the app. So like, on my home screen, I get a little pop-up and it's like from Quote IQ and it says, hey, notification, log out, log back in. So there's really nothing wrong with it's not really having any issues. It was a database and we did our best to contact everybody to let them know without, calling every single person, which it would be impossible to do. But Justin, so yeah, just log out and log back in and you'd be great.
If I were to draw a parallel, it'd be like if every time you had like a hiccup on the truck, like if the pump went out or like you weren't pulling bleach, like the customer knew about it. Like that's the same thing that happens like with this tech stuff. It's, it's kind of tough. So we just try to let everybody know as soon as possible. We're super responsive with regards to the support. So if you guys ever have issues, reach out through support. We're actually going to show you guys a new feature. Peaches says Quote IQ's working fine for me. I'm on the paid plan too. So we appreciate that, Peaches.
Thanks, Peaches.
I want to show you guys this because this is pretty big. And if you already have a paid account on Quote IQ, this is going to be, you're going to get like a really big new feature for free. And we actually just bumped the price. So what we did is we came out with, why is this doing this? Okay. We came out with this thing called Client Hub. And so what Client Hub basically allows you to do is communicate with customers
within the app.
So for example, we saw people that were having issues that had partners. Like I have a business partner. And so whenever we try to communicate, like it's one person communicating with the customer, the other person communicating with the business partner, and then you're basically playing middleman between the two. And so we just created a way to basically be able to send text messages. And you can also send photos.
Nice.
You can also send photos.
Who sent that?
I don't know.
Sometimes we have to test things out, and we were testing out photo functionality, so I sent that to Justin.
Yeah. So as you guys can see, it's working good right now. So we could send text through here, which is nice, and it gives you a little delivered icon, a little check mark whenever it's securely through. But yeah, it's just a good way to now communicate with customers. So anybody who has Platinum and Ultimate, you now have this feature. So all you got to do is set up your phone number and you're good to go.
I just got that.
Yes.
It popped up and I didn't have that number saved. And I was like, what kind of asshole sending me a message like that? It's crazy.
That's right. So Josh's Quote IQ is working great as well. Jack says my New Year's resolution is to taste every flavor of surfactant and focus on my favorite.
Yeah. I love tasting all that stuff just to see what it tastes like. Mac, who is our primary technician, he's always touching the bleach, the water to because when you're downstreaming or even when you're like soft washing, it takes a minute when you've got X amount of feet of hose, and so typically maybe you can hear it a little bit like and then the bleach is coming out and so I always taste it, right? And
I love how you're giving us a demo. It wasn't enough just to say you taste it, but you licked your finger.
Yeah. Well, and so, but like that's just a pro tip. Like you lick your finger, and if there's bleach on it, you taste the bleach.
Does it taste like chicken?
It doesn't. It tastes like bleach.
Ooh, how exciting. So, okay, just a couple other Quote IQ updates for any of you guys who actually, are using Quote IQ currently. So all platinum and premium users now get this feature for absolutely free. It's included. We actually just bumped the price too. So for anybody who's got a platinum or premium account, as long as you stay subscribed, you're going to keep at that price point. So that's pretty good. We don't even have to raise the price point, and we gave you guys additional features. Another thing that we recently rebuilt was our dashboard. I don't know if me and Mike have come on here and actually showed the dashboard, but we added a bunch of things to it, and essentially we wanted to give you guys all the data analytics. That way you knew exactly how your business was running. So of course you got, gross sales, you got your year-to-date and expenses, profit and loss statement down here. Lead hub, so you can keep track of open estimates, accepted estimates, sales by service, average ticket price, tips, expenses, and then even lead sources, so you can know where your leads are coming from. And if you hover over all these, now they'll actually respond to you when you hover over them, which is really cool. Something we worked on as well. And of course, we have our outstanding invoices. Joe Biden is really outstanding on this one, so we'll have to follow up with him and see what's going on. So.
One of the things that's one of my features that I really wanted was that the late payments. And on that late payment thing, we've also included a new thing called send reminder. And so basically what it is it's you pre-populate this in your settings. Justin hasn't done it yet. This is just a test account, but so basically all you do is you put in past due payment or payment reminder, and then just in the body say something just like, hey, thanks for the business. Notice that the invoice hasn't been paid. Just wanted to follow up. Here's the link to your invoice. And so it's just a quick boom, 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 boom. You can go down that list if you've got outstanding invoices and just make it happen real quick.
Absolutely. So you can be as aggressive with this email as you want to, and you can just save it in. Mike does a lot of business, so there's some people that fall through the cracks with regards to who he sends it to. But as you guys can see, once you have it in there, hey, it's time to pay, or I'll break your kneecaps. So pre-populates, and then all you got to do is hit send email. So that's really good, really cool little feature that we added in there. But dashboard analytics overhaul, client hub overhaul, and we actually just implemented signatures on all estimates.
This is super cool. Yeah. So this is one of the things that, when you send an estimate in Quote IQ, the customer gets it and they can either accept it or decline the estimate, right? On that little accept or decline, it says, by accepting, you agree to the terms and conditions attached to this estimate. So you can put in a footer with your terms and conditions, or you can upload a customer contract or, terms of service, anything that you want. And then by default, when they accept that, legally binding, they're legally bound because they have checked that box, so to speak. But now we have got it so you can use your mouse or a finger if you're on an iPad, and manually the customer can sign that, click accept, and then on the PDF, it's got a time, date, stamp with their signature of when they accepted it. So down the line, should you run into an issue with payment or something like that, you've got a legal document that they signed it on this date at this time. Here's their signature, and that's going to help you out should you have to file liens or go to small claims court, or just use it as just a little proof saying, hey, pay your bill. So something awesome.
Yep. So that hasn't been deployed completely as of yet. We want to make sure that there's no issues with it with regards to anybody who has an older version of the app. So be sure that you guys jump in there, get everything updated. We're constantly building, putting in things that people are requesting. So if you guys have any requests for us, please let us know, and we'll get it built in, especially if it helps majority of people that are using the app. So anything else with regards to Quote IQ that we want to mention, Mike, that we've been working on?
God, it's constant. And I feel that we don't do a good enough job letting folks know about all the new stuff and the updates and things like that. But there was a new update pushed. Have we released that? I think you did.
Yeah, it's out. Yeah, there's on Apple and Android.
A new update that is live and ready to be downloaded. So, go through that, and hopefully you guys will find some good features, some new stuff that you like.
Yep. The other thing that we have is on Android, you guys can now do the 14-day free trial. So that was not in there before, but we got that in there now. So constantly working, constantly building, constantly trying to make it better. So we appreciate all you guys.
Yeah.
I've started 4 businesses that make over $100,000 a year with your help. Thanks, brother. Dude,
Nice.
absolutely. Good stuff, man. Hey, I'm new. This is Tony O. Can we start a GoFundMe to raise money for Chris to get a beard trim? Chris could use, a little cleanup. I'll be honest with you guys,
But he's really proud of that beard. Like he was telling me that his beard game is on point. Mine is not. I haven't shaved and I look like a bum.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, Mike. If I hit even 1% conversions to soft wash customers, it will bring our business to the next level this year. Should be higher percent since they are repeat customers. 1% conversion. So I'm assuming that in his database,
Well,
he hit everybody.
he stated earlier that his wife, and his sons just finished manually inputting all 10,000 plus customers that they had from their tree business into Quote IQ over the holiday break. Dude, like if it was in a spreadsheet, we could have done that for you.
We could have done that in like 10 minutes. Oh, wow, Thomas, I felt. Anytime you guys have questions, just anytime you're going to take on a task that's like, hey, we got to take this on, it's going to take a really long time, just shoot us a message and say, hey, is there any better way to do this? And yeah, we could have thrown those in there for you. But we appreciate you for jumping over into Quote IQ. Thomas said we had all of our paper contacts for 10 years.
Gosh.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah. So it's good, man. Good they're all in one place now. Defund the beard. Completely agree. Love the
Although I was watching one of Chris's older videos and I think the beard is a good move.
Yeah, the beard is yeah. Why? Because he didn't have a beard in the other video?
Well, when we first met him, he hardly had any beard. And then I've also seen pictures of him when he had no beard. And so, there's an old saying that a beard hides a lot of ugly. And I'm not saying that Chris is an ugly gentleman by any means, but I think he looks really sharp with the beard. Just a good look.
Chris is a sweet guy. If you guys striping business, Chris is the guy to look at. So,
dude, Peaches is ruthless. The beard is an abomination.
Definitely defund.
I love that word too.
People hating on beards because they can't grow one. Well,
yeah,
that's something. I don't know. It is a talent. I will say that. It's anyway.
Maybe that's what you should pick up this year, Justin. You said you were going to pick up a new skill. What about growing a beard?
That's true. I don't know how full it's gonna be, but there's always like a weird stage that you have to go through too, where like that middle ground stage, like Mike, even when you try to grow out your hair, there's like that like weird stage.
Right.
You just have to deal with it. One time
I keep trying to grow out my hair dark again and fuller, but I can't figure it out. It's just this weird, awkward stage I'm in where it's thinning and gray.
Chris getting jacked, starting to resemble Tank Abbott. I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is, Mike?
Oh, Tank Abbott. He's either a wrestler or like a boxer or some MMA guy. I can't remember. I think I'm right.
As a female, I indeed cannot grow a beard.
Thank goodness.
Anyway, okay, Mike. So tips on how to have a more successful 2025. What do you got, big guy? How are you going to refine the business this year?
Well, I've actually been thinking about it a lot. So my wash business, we've been around forever, right? This is 24 years in the pressure washing business. I've had it for 24 years. And we have gone to, we were really big at one point, 10 to 11, 12 guys. All at once, trucks everywhere. And then, we scaled back at one point. I started a landscape business so it's like, I don't want to say I ever took my eye off of the ball, but what I have done is I have scaled back significantly simply because my focus has been on systems, automation, making things run more efficiently and more hands-off for me so I could focus on other things, right? And so I was thinking about it today, right now, my main focus is 100% on Quote IQ, right? And it has been for the past 3 years. It's just solo, just laser focused on Quote IQ. And so I haven't been as focused on the marketing and the sales and the things that I could do for the wash business. And I was thinking, should I hire a salesman and just put him on the road and let him go out and just, so I'm thinking I might do that, right? Like my problem, and it's a problem that so many people face, is relinquishing the power. But as long as and this is like one of these learning moments for me, or kind of a epiphany, where it's like, I'm not focused on it. And this business could be doing 2, 3, 4 times as much if I cared. And I just don't care. So I'm going to hire somebody to care for me.
I think that's a very valid point, Mike. One thing, we had a coaching call this week, and one of the things that we kind of dialed into is the systems and automations that Mike puts in place. And some of the guys on that call aren't ready for that because they're not in a place where they're successful enough to have to do that. The thing is, the more successful you become, the more scarce your time becomes and the more valuable your time becomes. So doing mundane tasks, like, you need to be able to offload those. So a good barometer for how successful you are is how much free time you actually have on your hands. If you're sitting on a bunch of time, it's like, we need to go out there and go do something with it. But once you get to a place where you're getting pretty successful, you need to start putting some of these things in place. Like, Mike even has it down into like keyboard shortcuts. I'm just gonna give you guys one of the little things that he's got. But like something that saves 30 seconds, you might be like, Mike, well, like, just type it out. But when your time becomes that valuable, it's something that you have to prioritize. So anyway, just something to keep in mind. The more successful you get, the more scarce your time is going to get. And then the more opportunities that you're going to see, because it's like you get a different vision once you get to a certain level, and then everything becomes an opportunity, and you got to pick and choose which directions you're going to move based on, where you want to go. Right, Mike?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the more successful you are, the less you tolerate.
That's
absolutely
100%. And that's kind of I've always had very little tolerance for everybody, even when I wasn't successful. But but you're absolutely right, because your time is so valuable, Jack. And when you feel like you're wasting your time or spinning your wheels on something that isn't, what Peaches just said, Mike, how long have you been self-employed? I have had a full-time job for since I graduated from college in 1997. Just in the past year, did I say I'm retiring? And I had a really good job. I mean, multiple 6 figures. And it was a job where my time wasn't entirely like, I had the ability and flexibility to run my businesses. I mean, I worked from home. And so, but it got to the point where even them paying me that much, it didn't make sense for me to continue working for them, because my time could be better spent elsewhere where it would have a bigger impact. And so that's something that a lot of people struggle with. We have people that we know that are in, jobs that are not paying them what they're really worth or what they could be making if they, decided to go out on their own and do something. But there's also a certain amount of stability and comfort with a steady paycheck. So, it's one of these things. That's why I say never quit what you're doing until you can completely replace and then some.
Yeah, great advice. It's something that you've done for a long time too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in California. Have built my own 5x10 rig, 3-gallon software system. I don't have money for Facebook ads, and I have lowered my overhead to $500 a month. What would you guys do? I'm 18. Boots on the ground. You got to put in some sweat equity. You got to start knocking doors, passing out flyers, shaking hands, kissing babies, whatever you got to do. Walk into places, post on Facebook groups. Like, you just got to put in the time, So when you lack money, you got to put in time. When you have money, then you're able to scale with other things like ads and things of that nature. So, yeah. Mike, any other advice for
No,
me?
I mean, you nailed it. That's absolutely right. And, there are so many opportunities out there to grow your business organically and either free or super, super low cost, that running Facebook, like, I would say running Facebook ads would be the last thing that I would do if I had the rig that you have. Your overhead is significantly low. So get out there. You're young, like, kick ass.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, if any of you guys are interested, we got me and Mike's one-on-one coaching down below. We walk through like literally every single facet of like all these things, and we lay them out for you so you can build a blueprint, a plan, something you can work off of. If you're just going off a whim, you're never going to be successful because you have no discipline. You have nothing that you stick to. You know what I mean? To see the compound interest of those efforts. So, what are y'all's thoughts on adding a low fee per month year-round package after initial wash, offering a certain amount of stops, inspections, and cleanings for a low monthly price? You want to go first, Mike?
I don't know. I mean, I know that there are some guys that offer these packages, membership programs. I don't see. I mean, I can see the value in it. Like, I understand why somebody would want to do that, like recurring revenue. That's great. But, that's not something that I would be interested in doing.
Yeah. Jack says weak, Thomas. Don't do it. Yeah, I agree. It's go where the customer's demand is. If the customers were asking, if someone was like, hey, I want to get on like a package to keep my house clean all the time, and like you were getting that house after house after house after house, it's like, okay, there's a sign. Like these people are asking for this. Go where the demand is. Otherwise, you're going to be pitching stuff to people that don't want to buy it. So I would look for that first. What are they asking for, and then build from there. Dude, I saw this short yesterday and it was so genius. And I'd never okay, so you know how like Walmart brand has like their own types of cereals and stuff that they just copy off of other people. And so does so does Whole Foods. Anyway, they were saying that basically that Whole Foods uses the sales data on all these different, what's selling off the shelf to determine what they're going to build their next product off of. And I was just like, how beautiful is that? So basically, even if you did a referral service, right, where you like referred out other people in your area and you saw like if you're referring out somebody a whole bunch, then that's like something that you could pick up on and you can offer. So I just thought that was beautiful. Look where the demand is, because that's going to tell you what product you need to put into the marketplace. Not only that, they know what price that those people are charging for. They know the volume that they're selling up the product. So then they know how competitive they can be on that price, what their profit margins are going to be. So it was just really beautiful.
I like it.
Yeah, something you can implement in your own business. Find as many easy buttons as you can. Efficiency is king. There you go. Yep, Todd's in the coaching group. Todd gets it. Absolutely. And Todd's still on the calls. Todd, like Todd's still hanging out. Like Todd doesn't have to be here. I'm sure he's got better things to do. You know what I mean? But we appreciate you for hanging out, Todd. But he wants to soak it up. He wants to soak up all the stuff. That also applies how long you've been married. Oh, I guess I don't know what that one is. Mike, just for men to fix your color.
Yes.
Does this man? Oh, I thought this man wanted you to swap ethnicities, Mike. I didn't know he was talking about your hair.
Well, I am of mixed ethnicity. I am 1% Nigerian. I did the ancestry DNA, so there's that.
What 1% of you do you think is Nigerian, Mike?
Oh, I know. And
is that all that is? Is that all that accounts for? Is 1%?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. I made over 50,000 last year, but I mismanaged my money and had to pick up a winter job. I'm a very small entity, but best thing from a small fish I can say is keep track of every dollar. I made over 50 grand last year, but I mismanaged my money. I would love to hear, T. Smith, how you mismanaged. What'd you spend the money on? Where'd you go wrong? We can learn a lot from that. Yes, Nigerian. Only 1%. Come on, Peaches.
That's what my kids say too. They're like, Dad, you're definitely more than 1%.
Do you think so?
Well, they think so. And Crystal makes jokes all the time about, like, I'm definitely not white.
Yeah, you ain't lying. All right, sweet. So I'm a soft wash engineer. I'm a software engineer. Want to leverage my skill set, but don't know what to build. I'm a software engineer. Find a need, find somebody that's already selling and fulfill at a lower cost or make it better. Dude, I wish I was a software engineer. Not now, but like that's such a skill set to have. Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
I wish I was now, so then we could keep account on our software engineers a little bit better and make sure that they're doing the things that they say that they're doing. Because when I look at it, it just looks like a bunch of jibber jabber, Oh, yeah, no, this is what I was working on. It's like code. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's awesome, man. Good work.
Look, I moved this code here and that, look, these numbers and that. Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
And if you guys are watching.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very interesting question because it's different than everything we get. I'm a software engineer. I want to leverage my skill set, but don't know what to build. I would say no matter what you build, develop sales and marketing first and foremost, because it does not matter. Me and Mike could literally build the best product on the planet, but if we don't have a way to tell people about it or to sell it, then we have nothing. And so I would say
that's the first question that we always ask ourselves is, okay, who are we going to sell it to and how are we going to get in front of them?
Yeah. So above and beyond everything, I would say to sharpen that skill set first. At the end of the day, you're always going to scale better with your own product. I would say work for somebody else, build it on the side, and learn how to sell. And I don't even know what it is. Figure out what it is. Figure out where there's a need, what you have interest in. That'll probably pull you in the right direction. Asking because I've seen a few local companies adding
talking about that membership type deal.
Is this the recurring?
The recurring membership to keep things looking nice and tidy.
Yes. Jack says if you can sell, you'll always be able to make money. Completely agree. Yeah, completely agree. Here I am. Here I'm in South Africa. Through you guys, I've learned a lot about pressure cleaning. Now I'm having 2 trucks on the road, and I've now joined Quote IQ. Thank you guys.
That's awesome.
We
Yeah, one
appreciate
of
that.
my African brothers.
Yeah, appreciate that, Fizroy. I hope I'm saying that right. Appreciate you for being here, Fizroy. I'm not here to learn. I'm just checking in on the meat of the week. Oh, wow, dude, we haven't done a meat of the week in a while.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
actually have a phenomenal meat of the week for you guys.
Is it the Nigerian 1%?
No, no. That's an appetizer. I had elk chops the other day, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good place. It's the same place that I get the kangaroo, but they didn't have kangaroo. They only had elk chop, which was their exotic of the day. And so, of course, I tried that, and it was really, really good.
How come we didn't have any kangaroo or elk when I went over there, Mike?
Yeah, Justin was just in Savannah, and we were doing some work.
Yeah, we're gonna show you guys what work we were doing. We were like absolutely creating a masterpiece, is what we did. So
it was grilled jack.
Here we go. How to wash 2. You guys aren't ready for this. In this course, we cover residential, commercial, how to mix. There's a lot of mixing in this course. Equipment and what you need and how to use it. Soft washing simplified. The specialty chems. We go over, I think, 10 specialty chems in this one. Property protection and safety. Washing smarter, not harder. We got a bunch of pro tips, bunch of on-site walkthrough videos of different jobs, every single surface. And it's commercial and residential. Over 8 hours of training. One thing I don't think that we included in this copy, Mike, we actually go over a bunch of commercial upsells. We do commercial walkthroughs of the entire facilities. It's really good. And basically how to attack it from beginning to end. Also with this, we got 2 new certifications, residential and commercial. We got certificate upon completion. And then we got a bunch of crazy bonuses. We built out a whole dumpster pad mini course. A lot of you guys are asking about like, how can I build, residual within my wash business? Doing dumpster pads is a great way. Restaurants need them done. They need them done recurring because they get inspections. And so we covered every aspect of dumpster pad cleaning. We have a bunch of cheat sheets in this one on all kind of different things. We talked about a budget build for any of you guys who are trying to like, build something really crazy for as little money as possible. Build a pro setup for as little as possible. It's a great way to go. And then we recently added in the SOPs, right, Mike?
Yeah, I think we've got 10 SOPs in the vault, and then there's multiple SOPs scattered around throughout the training for individual surfaces and individual surfaces and jobs that you might, partake in.
Yeah. So this thing is so stout. It's so complete. It's like literally it should be like 5 times the price in my personal opinion. So if you guys want to take advantage, we got the founders deal on it right now. That'll be linked in the comment section description, as well as one-on-one coaching and then everything else that we have as well. Yep. How to wash 2. Yep. Oh, breaded or grilled?
Peach, it was grilled. Peaches asked about a test gun. I don't know what we're talking about there.
Test gun?
Yeah, she had said something about that. I don't know. So
I didn't see it.
Can also change male Brazilians. That's Brazilians. Yeah, I like that.
Mobile Brazilian wax is very, very profitable.
Right. And if you do have a mobile Brazilian wax business, you can use Quote IQ.
It's true.
It's completely customizable for any industry.
Track your conversions, track everything. Sales by service. The service.
You can add pictures to estimates and invoices.
Before and after
pictures. Yeah.
Can you imagine those kind of before and afters?
That would be great.
Not for me. You can charge way more for male Brazilians too.
Yeah.
Wow. Look, I'm in, says Jack. Okay, beautiful. Have you used your cheap shot yet, Mike?
Yeah, I don't have one yet. I know he was so he's talking about the soft wash system that Mike for the Fresh Rinse is Mike Carmody is manufacturing now. And so I know that he was amping up. He got a new space, and so he was kind of getting everything squared away. So but yeah, we'll be getting one of those.
Okay, Test Gun was replying to the screenshot you showed of chat.
Got it.
Yeah, Mike likes to make sure those pictures work, and he sends over some really nice pics. I didn't show the feet pics, Mike. You don't have to be worried about that. So.
Well, that's for OnlyFans only.
There you go. There you go. So if you guys are interested, what's the OnlyFans URL again, Mike?
Mike's Toes. .com. I don't know.
Mike's Toes. Man, this call had everything in it. It had meat of the weeks, OnlyFans shout outs, really good stuff.
Brazilian waxing.
Yep. What's good, guys? Question: is roof cleaning profitable enough? Patrick, didn't you ask us this the last time that we were the last time that we did one of these calls?
What's good?
This tells me, Patrick, you haven't made a lot of advancements in
Question: is roof
your
cleaning
business.
profitable enough as a standalone business for someone with a?
You remember this guy asking this question before?
I don't. But roof cleaning is unbelievably profitable. But like this question, it's like, hey, what kind of marketing should I do for my business? You do it all, right? What soft wash? If you're capable of cleaning a roof, then you've got a soft wash system. So therefore you can soft wash lots of different things. So I would never limit myself to just one specific little thing, right? Then you're alienating all the other opportunities and potential to earn. So offer them all. But yeah, a roof cleaning is a great part of the business.
And Patrick, you asked us this question a few weeks back. If you would have, after we answered this question a few weeks back, started knocking doors and saying, "Hey, I'm doing roof washing," and like had a whole script, you could Mike uses ChatGPT like it's his third arm, but you could ChatGPT, what are all the benefits of roof cleaning? And then now take these benefits and turn it into a sales script for me that I can go door to door and literally say to yourself, I'm going to go knock 20 doors a day, 30 doors a day, 50 doors a day, get some good before and afters, like literally start pounding the pavement. But you got to start taking action and moving in that direction or else nothing's going to happen. You're going to be on here in a couple of months asking us, is roof cleaning a good profitable service as a standalone business? If you're going to have the equipment to do roof cleaning, then you might as well just do it all, like Mike said. So because you can soft wash houses, you can do everything. I mean, you're gonna need a pressure washer, but still. Where does Mike get his Brazilians?
I do self Brazilian for my own.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you no look, or you use like a mirror or something? What do you think?
Well, when you've been doing it as long as I have, you don't need a mirror.
Mike does his own cavity searches as well, so no need for TSA.
I do not need TSA. I don't need a prostate doctor. Nothing.
The roof washing made up over 70% of my business last year. Thomas, that's huge, man. That's beautiful. Yeah. Thomas, isn't Thomas in Baton Rouge, or I think he's in Louisiana, and Thomas has a tree service? Is this the same Thomas that swapped over all his contacts to Quote IQ?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Dude, I have a tree that I need to get removed, Thomas, so I'd love to give you a call if you want to help me out. Mike, do you have a wild fork? Okay.
We don't.
Okay.
I do have a phenomenal meat market though that I just went to yesterday, and we had amazing filet mignon last night for my kids, not me. I didn't even have it. I bought this raspberry chicken that ended up being terrible.
Wow, sorry to hear that, Mike.
Yeah,
that sounds like a terrible night.
Oh my gosh, McKenna, do you want to be on live?
Yeah.
Okay,
McKenna just got her haircut.
Yeah, I'm so pretty. Where is that?
It's live with lots of people.
Okay, do you want to answer a question for us?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. How do we reach all the way around to the back? Says Peaches. Can you? Okay. All right,
long. You got to have a long enough hose.
Okay. Sending out 1,500 postcards this month. Next to same people, highly targeted. We start washing March. Good idea.
Brilliant idea. And the thing that you said is the most brilliant thing, sending out 15 twice to the same people. And then I would venture to say, if you have a good ROI on that, reinvest that back into sending out another 15 to the same people, because it's going to take multiple touch points for them to, for you to really see results.
Yes. Also, be mindful of your offer. Be mindful of how professional the postcards look, like, before and after pictures, the offer placement. Like, there's a lot of strategic things that, go into all that kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's something we talk about in the one-on-one coaching, because, Mike sent out thousands and thousands of postcards, and unless you have it dialed, you're not going to get great results. Justin, when I'm using Quote IQ and go to create a job, it just pops up to download Quote IQ Cam over and over again. I already have Quote IQ Cam, and everything else goes between the two apps. Well, Thomas, if you can, send in a support ticket, either email or through the support chat, and just send us a screen recording of what's happening, and then we'll get that resolved for you as quickly as possible. This is something that I want to work on this year, though. We need to make Quote IQ Cam and Quote IQ. Once you guys have both of them, to go back and forth between them easier, because currently it's not easy. So yeah, and we appreciate any feedback on Quote IQ Cam possible. Like, we don't talk to we have a lot of users of it, but we haven't talked to a bunch of people to get any feedback. So if you guys have anything you think that would make it better, please let us know. Don't worry, Mike, we'll get kangaroos soon enough. Okay, Thomas is in Gonzales.
Was that close?
Yes, have a tree company going for 16 years now, and I started when I was 20. Now soft wash also. Yeah, that's it's about an hour away from me. I don't know if Thomas travels to where I'm at, but we could talk about that off the internet. You know what I'm saying? You know,
yeah, off the web.
Limber. Who calls their clients disgusting pigs? They gave you business, and that's how you treat them.
Oh, Reaper, so did your feelings get hurt? You don't like what I say? Stop watching. Little baby. I can't believe he said that. It's called the interweb. It's called getting attention for views, you silly little cuck.
That was good, Mike. You want to keep going?
No, he doesn't deserve it.
We appreciate it, Reaper So's. BR Exterior Cleaning Pros. Yes, sir. I don't know what BR is saying. Oh, okay. He's talking about the postcards. Beautiful. I will send you an email and would love to get you a quote. Beautiful. Hey, I need
with Quote IQ too.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
That'd be perfect. Yeah. Does it? I don't even know what this means.
I don't either.
Okay. Shakespearean. So yeah, how to have your best year in 2024, just optimize and continue to get better every single day. I would say also look around you. Me and Mike pull inspiration from all kind of different directions, and we're constantly testing and trying things.
Dude, I just got this today. Okay, this was interesting. I was walking, my dogs were out. I was walking my dogs, and the mail truck came up and out, so she's got the stuff and she's putting in the mailbox. And, I'm 20 yards away, 30 yards away, and I see this going into my mailbox, and it caught my eye, right? Bright, bold colors. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what this is. And so it's a postcard for a pool service company, right? I've never received anything from this. I've never heard of this company before. And then on the back, it's got his contact information, pool maintenance, pool equipment installation and repair. Obviously, it's got my information, my phone or my address. It's actually got it's not like current customer, it's my name. And then it's like Premier Pool Service. Jess, we understand that your pool is a valuable asset, blah, blah, blah. Call us today. And then underneath it says swimmingpool.com. Now, swimmingpool.com definitely isn't Jeff's business, right? Because swimmingpool.com, that's a phenomenal website. That's got to be worth a ton of money. But as soon as I saw this, I realized that swimmingpool.com, and somebody fact check me here, I haven't looked into it yet, but this is a business that probably utilizes Google Earth and probably AI to analyze areas, see who has a swimming pool, pulls the address, and then sends them a postcard. Absolutely brilliant. We're actually going to be incorporating something very similar into Quote IQ, not similar, but where, if you perform a service at the Jones at 102 Main Street, you can then, we're going to have it set up so you can basically just push a button and it will send 10 postcards to the people around that area. And it can actually be like customized and says, hey, we just cleaned the Jones houses at 102 Main Street. Here's our information. Let us know if you got any questions. So it's social proof. It's easy. You're not having to do it, and it's going to be super fast.
That is correct. Yeah. I actually I met a guy that had an automation for when he did a house, it would auto send 5 doors down on each side, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah, I think that's what he was using. So I'm not going to pop it up because obviously no one's paying us. So, anyway. So, yeah, basically look at what other people are doing and implement it into your business. And that's, why we share all this stuff on YouTube. Like, jobs we do, I share all the best stuff. Like, we give you guys tons of great stuff that you can start applying. The biggest thing is that when you hear something, you apply it as fast as possible, because money loves speed. You know what I mean? So you got to be quick, you got to be fast, you got to be agile,
mobile, tactile.
Yes. There was a question here. What would you guys recommend as far as equipment progression, starting with 2.8 GPM, for example? When would y'all recommend moving from pressure to soft wash?
I made a video about this that I put out yesterday. talking about this very specific thing, talking about the evolution of starting a business with very little upfront capital, right? And you can start with a 2.8. And as soon as you do a couple jobs like a driveway, you're going to realize very quickly that that 2.8 is underpowered for what you're going to want to do, or as efficient as you want to be. Because even a 4 gallon per minute machine, the cost difference, is it substantial? In the grand scope of things, no. If you can charge $400 for a driveway, that can probably buy one 2.8 gallon per minute machine. And then you do 2 driveways, then you got about $1,000, or 3 driveways, call it $1,000. Go buy the DeWalt 4,000 PSI 4 gallon per minute machine and get a surface cleaner. So the guys that start with 2.8, I think they do it to save money initially. And I understand that, because a lot of people are starting this on a budget, and that is where we have to start, which is fine. There has never been a professional grade 2.8 gallon per minute machine made, because professionals don't use it. So it's a homeowner. Use it like a homeowner until you can scale up. You're going to scale up. You're going to want to upgrade way faster than you're probably anticipating. And then even, to a 4 gallon per minute machine, or a 5.5 or whatever, you're going to be like, damn, I want 8, I want 10, right? The difference is remarkable. So we run 8s, and they're great for what we do. Justin has an 8, and it's perfect for what he does. So, you're going to want to upgrade quickly.
Yep. Just be willing to go through it for a little while too, while you're kind of figuring it out. I went through it for a long time, and there's even videos on the channel of me doing 2.5 gallon a minute. I wanded driveways. I did some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah. And also, for example, where would y'all recommend moving from pressure to soft washing? There is no moving from pressure washing to soft washing. The surface dictates the process, right? And we cover all of that in How to Wash too. But if you are trying to tackle a roof with Glowio Capsa Magma, if you're trying to tackle a tile roof or a metal roof that's got heavy organic buildup, a pressure washer, an X-Jet, is not going to be able to handle that efficiently, right? And I hear guys, well, I can wash a roof with a pressure washer. Yeah, if you're there for 15 hours and you're using your 2%, the hottest mix that could possibly come out, with everything being perfect and ideal, maybe a 2% mix. That ain't going to touch a roof. How many applications are you going to have to put on there? That's when we pull out the soft wash equipment. And, so stucco, roofs, things of that nature, it's a different process for those surfaces, because you need to be more efficient. You need to be more delicate. All of that is covered in our training.
Those orifices.
Yeah. Surfaces.
Orify. Okay. Thomas says, I'm customizing Quote IQ for my tree company. I've created new services that fit my business, but it won't let me delete the preloaded wash services. Is there a way to delete them? There should be, Thomas. It should be allowing you to delete them. If it won't, send us in a support ticket. We'll have, the development team take a look at that and get that resolved. If not, it should be, though. It should allow you to delete.
Yeah, you can definitely delete them.
Creating a YouTube video right now describing the difference between the two. Beautiful.
Nice.
Todd. I don't know what this word means. I don't know if I can pop it up.
Don't say it.
Okay. That's the word of the day.
No, it's not.
If you could do it again, Mike, would you do the time over money to grow method, or take on debt to advertise and blow up quicker? It's a good question, Thomas.
That's a great question. If I could do it over again, would you do the time over money to grow method, or take it on debt? I am such a non-believer in unneeded debt, right? Like a mortgage is needed debt. Vehicles can be debt that is needed in order to do the things that you need. Everything else, and Justin and I, we disagree to this some degree. But if you're responsible with debt, then it's not a problem. But unfortunately, so many people are not responsible, and then they get so far in debt that they're not, getting out of debt. And then that becomes a bigger issue and a burden on them, which is nothing that you want to deal with. As far as a business goes, yes, I think, some people, yes, take on debt in order to grow, right? I'm not saying, take out a loan at 25% to go buy a $25,000, piece of equipment. That's not smart. Start where you're at, be smart, fiscally responsible, and grow like that. But, yeah, I mean, if you can get a business loan, or, a small business loan to help with the marketing, to help with startup costs, and I have no problem with it. And it's a tough question. I didn't have money to to do that when I first started, and it would have definitely helped. But it's such, I don't know, Justin, what are your thoughts?
If you're established like Thomas is, I would say yes, take on debt. If you're not established, don't take on debt. Why take on extra risk on a business that has such low overhead? Like literally find something you can offer of value, get money in return, and utilize your resources to the best of your abilities. Look, I started my business with practically no money. It was just a garage that I hadn't. Or I had a washer in the garage that my dad had, but it was probably like $300 maybe. Like, and then we just grew it up from there, like just taking advantage of every little resource that we had. You know what I mean? So we didn't take out big loans to build channels and build products and build softwares and to do all this kind of stuff.
No, we self-financed Quote IQ, the entire build, hundreds of thousands of dollars self-financed with nobody else except us.
Yeah. We took a huge risk, but you know.
And Jack has a good point. Not operating with some debt is not biz savvy. It's fear-based approach. And I agree. I guess my point is if you can take out a good loan from a reputable source that's not predatory, because unfortunately in this industry, what ends up happening is the only people that are going to finance big pieces of equipment are not the friend of the person taking out the loan. They're the friend of themselves, right? That's why banks are the biggest and the best businesses to own. And that's why they've been around for hundreds of years, right? Like the same banks have been around. So with all that being said, having some debt for your business is not a bad thing as long as it's smart debt, right? Like not a 20% interest rate.
Yeah. And I would say this, if you're going to get into debt, invest in knowledge. Okay. So don't make the equipment the primary piece. Don't make advertising the primary piece, because at the end of the day, I could give you $1 million. And if you don't know how to run Google ads, if you don't know how to run Facebook ads, if you don't know how to make proper print marketing, you can blow that million and have very little in return for it. However, if you pay for some coaching, things that, me and Mike have know to be true, and you implement that, you're going to give yourself a much bigger advantage. So I would say go where there's a trusted source of information first and foremost, and invest in that first. I save myself thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by just spending a little bit of money. I don't think I've ever told anybody this, but I thought about starting a Turo business. I was like, it'd be cool to have have nice cars and just like rent them out, and then have the renters pay for the notes on them. And then I bought a course. I bought like a $300 course on like how to start a Turo business. And I was going through it, and the guy was like, yeah, people are gonna like jack your shit up, so you need to make sure you take pictures every time. And like he just talked through all the bad things that happened, and I just threw away the course. I watched about 5% of it, and then I paid $300 to basically not waste tens, hundreds, however much thousands of dollars of my money and my time. So sometimes a little bit of money goes a long way. Like anyway. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But pay for the knowledge up front, right? Pay for somebody who's where you want to be. First and foremost, I have good credit, and think if I would have took out $15,000-$20,000 loan for marketing, it would make a lot easier. Currently or previously?
Previously.
I mean, hindsight's 2020. You know what I mean? The other thing is, what did you not know, Thomas? I'm sure you learned a lot over the time. Like 16 years in business. I'm sure you learned a lot over that time. Yeah. So I wouldn't trust myself with tons of money for marketing when I first started my business. How do you guys combat trigger finger with pressure washing? I'm struggling.
That's a pro tip. The old tennis ball. Stick a tennis ball in there. I had a guy that would he'd use like a little Velcro strap. I don't like that as much, because if you need to immediately get off the pressure, then it's more of an obstacle or a undertaking. But the tennis ball is great. You stick that tennis ball right in there. It's going to hold that trigger finger or that trigger. And I mean, you do have to be very cautious of that, because what is that? There's some sort of terminology for.
Yeah. Talking about carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel. Yeah. I had a guy that worked for me for a long time. Well, he worked for me for maybe a year or so, but he had a job previous where it was very, handy, and he couldn't do it because it was just too painful for him, and he had to stop.
Yeah, it happens. So happens from overuse as well. Tennis ball. George says he's going to try to get a small loan to start up this year. George is in the coaching group.
Yeah.
So yeah, George, we could definitely talk through that as well. Or make a straight line. as a line striper. Yeah, that could be a way to fix it. Can I start a window cleaning business right now during the winter? Do people need? Is it something people need?
Yep.
Yeah. If there's a demand for it.
Yeah. George just said he got the QIQ video ads to work now. Put on YouTube last night. Already got 50 views. That's awesome.
Nice. George said he spent $10,000 on marketing last year. I would say it's not about how much you spend. It's how wisely you spent the money. Me and Mike got to a point where I was running ads for Quote IQ and we were spending so much a month. And I said, Mike, I would rather us pay someone to come in and run smarter ads, and we'll just pull that off the ad spend. Because at the end of the day, like, you don't know what you don't know. And I'm not like an aficionado at running Google ads for, software companies. So I'd rather bring in a company that is. And so I would take a little bit off of the spend to get a little bit more. At least that's just how I feel. So something to be mindful of, George. What's up, nerds and virgins? Colby Covington. Thanks for all the great information. I love Colby. Kind of fell off, but I still love Colby. So anyway, Mike, I think we're gonna wrap here. What words of the days do you guys have? Nothing vulgar, nothing offensive, nothing demonetizable. Please leave it down below. Speaking of Quote IQ videos, I believe I'm owed one of them. Yes, Todd, you are. Yes, we are.
Just text me, Todd, which one you want, and I'll have it sent over within 5 minutes because they're instantaneous now.
Woo! Instant ads. How about paver vids? That might be something that's coming for the future. How do you have a waster recovery system for driveway washes?
No, in fact, I wastewater recovery is something that is important to avoid EPA fines. And there is the Clear Water Act of 1978, I believe it is. And it's a bit of an antiquated law, but I've been in business for quite some time and we've never had an issue. Not saying that we couldn't, but I think certain jurisdictions, certain states probably are a little bit more stringent. So if you're in one of those areas, I'm thinking, West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, areas like that are probably going to be a lot stricter. And so, berms and pumps and even full reclamation systems to prevent your wastewater going into, open drains, the sewer system, fresh water, waterways, whatever. It's something that, you definitely need to look into if it's warranted for your area.
Yes. All right, words of the day. We only have 2 nominations. Well, we have one nomination. The other one's disqualified. Abomination. Is that going to be the word? What do you think?
Yeah, abomination.
Okay, sweet. Tony's in California. Anything else you want to mention, Mike, before we wrap this one up?
No, Todd, I just got your text. Got you covered.
Todd is getting hit with a QIQ ad. If you guys want to check out Quote IQ ads, go to QIQads.com. All right.
Wait till I see you.
Thank you, Reaper, for hanging out. Elk Chop says Peaches. I want to text Mike too. Peaches, if you join the coaching group, I will send you Mike's number. Okay, anyway, if you guys made this far in the video, comment down below abomination on #YourRole. My name is Justin, forever self-employed. Until next time, hustle hard. Get that money, baby.
Let's make 2025 the best ever.
Peace.